start. Gabby Thomas 2 meters behind at this point. Tamara Davis going well in second, but miles ahead of everybody. Jefferson-Wooden 10.74.
That was nasty.
That is a legal win.
On September 14th, 2025, in Tokyo, Japan, a 24-year-old American woman just ran faster than almost any woman in history and made it look easy. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden crossed the finish line in 10.61 seconds to win the World 100-meter championship. That time put her as the 4th fastest woman ever. Only 3 women in history have run faster: Florence, Griffith-Joyner, Elaine Thompson-Herah, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She didn't just win, she destroyed the field.
Jefferson-Wooden into her running in the middle of the field, but she's got company. Clayton going well to her side, but Melissa Jefferson-Wooden streaks away in the closing stages. 10.61. She breaks the championship record that was set by Sha'Carri Richardson last time round in Budapest.
The gap between her and second place was 0.15 seconds. That's huge in sprinting. It was the second biggest winning margin in World Championship history. But here's what makes this story special. Just 7 years ago, Melissa wasn't focused on running at all. She was saving her father's life. In 2018, when Melissa was only 17 years old, her dad got diagnosed with a rare blood condition. He needed help, and Melissa stepped up. She became a stem cell donor for her father. She put her sporting dreams on hold to save his life. At 17, most kids are worried about homework and friends. Melissa was in a hospital giving her father a second chance at life. Melissa grew up in Georgetown, South Carolina. It's a small seaport city. She called herself a village kid. She wasn't some superstar athlete everyone knew about. In fact, she only got 2 partial scholarship offers for college. Not full scholarships, partial. Her college coach even said she ran like a kid running on the street. Her form wasn't perfect, she wasn't polished, but she had something special inside. Fast forward to Tokyo 2025. The National Stadium was packed with 68,000 people. The weather was hot and steamy. 8 women lined up for the 100-meter final. The favorite was Melissa. She had run the fastest times all year. She hadn't lost a single 100-meter race in 2025. Not one. But there was pressure. Olympic champion Julian Alfred from St. Lucia was there. She had won gold in Paris just over a year ago. Jamaica had Tina Clayton, only 21 years old and hungry for her first world medal. And there was Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. At 38 years old, this was her last world championships. She had won this race 5 times before. 5 times. She's a legend. The defending champion Sha'Carri Richardson was there too. But she barely made the final. In her semifinal race, she slipped at the start. It caused chaos. The race had to restart. Then when it started again, she stumbled during her transition. She was almost last with everything to do. She fought hard and finished 3rd in her heat with a time of 11.00 seconds. She had to wait to see if that was good enough to make the final. It was, but just barely. She started the final in lane 2. When the gun went off for the final, Melissa exploded out of the blocks. Julian Alfred got a good start too. She had the fastest reaction time of all the runners at 0.169 seconds. But something was wrong. Alfred had pulled her hamstring. She tried to keep going, but the injury slowed her down. Melissa kept running. She later said, "When the gun went off, I just thought, come on, get out strong." The rest of the race went like a blink of an eye. When I crossed the line, I was like, oh wow, I won. She won by a lot. Young Tina Clayton from Jamaica took 2nd place with a personal best time of 10.76. Alfred pushed through the pain to finish 3rd in 10.84 and win a bronze medal. Richardson finished 5th in 10.94. Fraser-Pryce, in her final World Championship 100-meter race, finished 6th in 11.03. The crowd gave her the biggest cheers of the night. After the race, Melissa said, "It was not easy." It looked that way, but it wasn't. There was a lot of preparation involved, a lot of hard work. She added, "I came in as a hunter. I have never won a world or an Olympic 100-meter title, and I worked for that this whole year." Her time of 10.61 was only 0.01 seconds slower than Fraser-Pryce's lifetime best. It broke the championship record. It equaled the fastest time ever run at a global championship, matching what Elaine Thompson-Herah did at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021 in the same stadium. But Melissa wasn't done. She still had the 200 meters to run. 5 days later, on September 19th, she lined up for the 200-meter final. No American woman had ever won both the 100 and 200 at a single world championship. The last woman to do it at all was Fraser-Pryce back in 2013. The race started. Melissa ran away from everyone. She crossed the line in 21.68 seconds. It was a personal best. It was the world's fastest time that year. She dominated.
Amy Hunt trying to get in the mix, but look at this from Jefferson-Wooden. She's absolutely flying in the night sky of Tokyo.
Great Britain's Amy Hunt took second in 22.14. Jamaica's Shericka Jackson, the defending 200-meter champion, got third in 22.18. Melissa became the first American woman to win the double. Only 4 women in history have done it: Silke Gladish, Katrin Krabbe, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and now Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. After winning, Melissa was emotional. "I've cried so many tears," she said. "I haven't stopped smiling. I probably won't stop smiling for the next 24 hours. I truly can't overstate how much it means." But there was still one more race, the 4x100-meter relay. 2 days later, on September 21st, the weather turned bad. Heavy rain poured down on the track. The conditions were terrible. Melissa ran the first leg for Team USA. Her training partners were with her. Tawana Shateri ran second, Kayla White ran third, and Sha'Carri Richardson, who had struggled in the individual 100, ran the anchor leg. Despite the rain and slippery track, the American women were smooth. Their handoffs were perfect. Richardson brought the baton home in 41.75 seconds. Gold medal.
Gina Luckenhöfer for Germany, trying to get them on the podium. Sha'Carri Richardson under pressure here. It is going to be a gold for the United States.
Jamaica finished second in 41.79. It was a special moment for them. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce ran the opening leg in her final World Championship race ever. She ran 11.32, which was actually 0.06 seconds faster than Melissa's split. The crowd roared for her. After 18 years of World Championships, starting with her first medal in 2007, Fraser-Pryce was saying goodbye. She finished her career with 17 World Championship medals. 10 of them were gold. Fraser-Pryce said after the race, "I'm grateful for the opportunity that I got once more to represent my country and to walk away with a silver medal. I'm excited to have done it with a young team that is coming up." Melissa had done it. 3 gold medals in one championship: the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the 4x100 relay. Only one other woman had ever won all 3 at a single world championship: Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in 2013. Now Melissa joined her. "I did what I wanted to do individually and then came back together with my girls, my training partners, and we were all able to walk away with the gold," Melissa said. "It's crazy to be going home with 3 gold medals. I added my name to the history books once again. I am right where I want to be." Let's talk about her whole 2025 season. It was perfect. She competed in the Grand Slam Track League that Michael Johnson started. She won races in Kingston, Miami, and Philadelphia. At the Philadelphia meet in May, she ran 21.99 in the 200 meters and beat Olympic champion Gabby Thomas. The next day, she ran 10.73 in the 100 meters, moving into the top 10 fastest women of all time.
But miles ahead of everybody. Jefferson-Wooden, 10.74.
That was nasty.
That is a legal win.
Now people are asking, can she break the world record? Florence Griffith-Joyner's record of 10.49 has stood since 1988. Melissa is only 0.12 seconds away.
Savor this. We're watching a once-in-a-generation athlete performing at the peak of her powers, and it is a new world record.
2 lanes, 2 legends, one race the world will never forget. When Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and Femke Bol lined up for the 4x400 meters, it wasn't just another relay, it was a clash of icons, the kind of showdown that turns a race into history and rivals into legends.
People in the stadium are on their feet. They're stunned. They're utterly stunned. And so is she. She has smashed the world record.
In the world of track and field, few rivalries have burned brighter than that of Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and Femke Bol. These 2 phenoms have transformed the 400-meter hurdles and now the 4x400 meter into must-watch events, pushing each other to limits the sport has never seen. From world records to championship duels, their battles have defined a new era of women's athletics, where excellence meets emotion every time they take the track. At the heart of this rivalry lies not just speed, but evolution. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone has become synonymous with technical perfection, precision, and dominance. Her world record of 50.37 seconds, set during the 2024 Paris Olympics, is more than a time on a clock. It's a generational benchmark. Her start-to-finish performance in that Olympic final was surgical, fluid, aggressive, and untouchable. After slicing 0.28 seconds off her own previous world record, McLaughlin-Levrone draped herself in the American flag and, with a tiara adorning her head, rang the victory bell, a celebration fit for the queen of her event. Meanwhile, Femke Bol has carved out her own legacy. At 25, the Dutch superstar has retained her world title at the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo with a season best and world-leading time of 51.54 seconds. Though she took bronze in the 400-meter hurdles in Paris, she rebounded with incredible poise in Tokyo, dominating the race with her trademark rhythm and grace. Her ability to recalibrate, refine her technique, and respond under pressure has made her more than a rival. She's McLaughlin-Levrone's equal in resilience and hunger.
This is so close! McLaughlin-Levrone for history! She's driving for the line, and she's...
The Tokyo 2025 World Championships symbolized a new chapter, with McLaughlin-Levrone focusing on the flat 400 meters this season, which she won in the second fastest time in history. Bol took full advantage. Undefeated heading into the championships, Bol ran 8 consecutive victories across Diamond League meets, showcasing her tactical prowess and consistent excellence. Her new stride pattern, 14 strides between the first 7 hurdles and 15 over the last 3, helped her maintain speed and form deep into the race.
A massive gap on the American. It's Femke Bol, but versus the clock. Another gold for the Netherlands, another gold for Femke Bol.
In Tokyo, it paid off with a dominant gold, while rising U.S. star Jasmine Jones took silver and Slovakia's Emma Zaplatilova claimed bronze. But no rivalry is built on titles alone. It's the contrast in style that has captured the imagination of fans worldwide. McLaughlin-Levrone is explosive from the blocks, a technician with metronomic precision and an unshakable 14-stride pattern. She attacks races, taking command early and obliterating competition in the final 100 meters with a devastating kick. Her 400-meter hurdle races feel more like solo time trials than head-to-head duels. And yet, her composure and humility after each win only amplify her legend. Bol, by contrast, runs with a quiet ferocity. Her long strides, fluid form, and rhythmic cadence make her a master of race management. She thrives in the middle phases, slowly reeling in competitors before striking late. The transformation of her stride pattern in recent years speaks volumes about her commitment to growth and adaptation. Though she hasn't yet beaten McLaughlin-Levrone at her best, Bol's consistency and resilience keep the rivalry electric. Their mutual respect adds a compelling human layer to their competition. Femke is a wonderful competitor, Sydney remarked. There are so many women in our event getting faster and faster, and you always have to respect your opposition. Bol, equally gracious, has often spoken of her admiration for Sydney. She's the best to ever do it, she said. It's amazing to see someone so diverse on the track. That respect hasn't dulled the edge of their competition. The 2021 Tokyo Olympics was a defining moment. Then 21, McLaughlin-Levrone stunned the world with a new world record of 51.46 seconds, winning gold, while Bol took bronze. It was the beginning of their era. In 2022, Sydney dropped jaws again with a 50.68 world record at the World Championships in Eugene, while Bol once more finished second. The pattern was clear. Sydney raised the bar, Femke chased it down, then came 2023. With McLaughlin-Levrone sidelined by injury, Bol seized her opportunity, claiming her first major global title at the World Championships in Budapest. It was a defining win, proof that Bol could lead the field without her rival present. Yet, even as she celebrated, the shadow of McLaughlin-Levrone's return loomed large. Paris 2024 reignited the fire. McLaughlin-Levrone returned with a vengeance, demolishing her own record and reasserting her dominance. Bull, despite running a strong race, could not match Sydney's final sprint, fading to third behind Anna Cockrell, who produced a personal best of 51.87. McLaughlin-Levrone's 50.37 wasn't just fast, it was seismic. The track erupted, fans roared, and history was made again. Cockrell's rise adds another intriguing dimension. Her silver in Paris and her fourth-place finish in Tokyo underline a growing U.S. depth in the event. Jasmine Jones, too, with her 52.08 silver in Tokyo, represents the next wave of American dominance. But for now, the sport belongs to Sydney and Femke. Both athletes are also known for their strength off the track. Bull's introspective honesty, like when she admitted to making tactical errors in Paris, shows maturity. Her comment, "I got so much lactic acid with 300 meters to go. I'll look at the positives," reflects a champion mindset. McLaughlin-Levrone's transparency about pre-race nerves and her pursuit of perfection, the closer we get to 49 seconds, the better. Reveal an athlete never content to rest. Statistically, Sydney leads the head-to-head. Her consistency, especially in championship finals, is unmatched. But Bull's ability to adapt and improve year on year keeps her close. Both have clocked sub-52s multiple times. Sydney's 6 world records and Olympic dominance still set her apart. Yet Bull's world-leading 51.54 in Tokyo and her relentless season suggest the gap is narrowing. Their differing strengths ensure every encounter is unpredictable. Sydney's explosive start and lethal finish contrast with Bull's steady acceleration and calculated execution. Sydney is the architect of the impossible. Bull is the builder chasing her blueprint. Off the track, their legacies are forming in other ways. McLaughlin-Levrone, now a 2-time Olympic gold medalist and global superstar, is already regarded as one of the greatest hurdlers in history. Bull, meanwhile, is building a reputation not just in the 400-meter hurdles, but also in relays and flat 400-meter events. Her anchoring leg in the 4x400-meter mixed relay in Paris was a testament to her versatility and clutch performance. As the countdown begins to Los Angeles 2028, anticipation is already mounting. Will Sydney continue her reign, pushing closer to the mythical sub-50 mark? Will Femke find that perfect race and finally topple her greatest rival? Can new names like Cockrell and Jones shake the status quo? For now, fans can only marvel at the era they're witnessing. Every time these two step onto the track, history feels within reach, whether in Eugene, Tokyo, Paris, or future Olympic stadiums. The McLaughlin-Levrone versus Bull rivalry is more than a race. It is a symphony of speed, precision, and passion. In the end, the 400-meter hurdles may be a solitary test of will and technique, but with Sydney and Femke, it has become a duet of greatness. And for all who watch, that makes every race not just a competition, but a moment of legend in the making. Nadia Batacledi was racing against the 2 fastest women in the world. She stayed close to them the whole race, and that's exactly how she won a medal. This is the story of Nadia Batacledi, and September 2025 might have been her greatest month ever. Nadia Batacledi is 25 years old. She's from a small town called Cleese in northern Italy, right in the mountains. And this Italian runner just won 2 medals at the World Championships in Tokyo. But her story starts way before that. Running is in her blood. Her dad, Giuliano, was a really good Italian distance runner back in the day. He finished 7th at a big European race in 1998. Her mom, Jawara, came from Morocco and ran the 800 meters. So Nadia grew up watching her parents run. Now her dad is her coach. They work together every single day. Nadia says their relationship is special because they trust each other and talk about everything. She explains, "My father understands me and I understand him." A coach is not someone who just writes the training. It's people who understand you, who follow you, who allow you to be yourself. Nadia is also Muslim. Every year during Ramadan, she has to adjust her training because she fasts during the day. Her coaches help her train a bit easier during that month. She says, "It's not easy to do this as a professional athlete, but it's something I feel, and it's good for me." She started winning medals as a teenager. When she was just 17, she won bronze at a European championship. By 18, she was already Italy's best 5,000-meter runner. That's really young. In 2021, Nadia went to her first Olympics in Tokyo. She was 21 years old. She ran the 5,000 meters and finished 7th in the final. That's really good for your first Olympics. She ran 14 minutes and 46 seconds, which was almost the fastest time ever by an Italian woman. After the Olympics, she kept getting better. She started breaking Italian records that had stood for many years. In 2022, she broke a record that was 15 years old. Then she broke another record that was over 20 years old. But 2024 was when everything changed.